Forget about saving Private Ryan with Tom Hanks. Tonight was saving the Scottish coefficient points featuring Tom Lawrence's Rangers avoided defeat in Portugal and got a 2-2 draw with Benfica. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Rangers going at it alone in Europe, doing it solo without the other Scottish teams, and they avoided a pounding in Portugal. They went to Lisbon and they got a very good 2-2 away draw. But in all reality, it could have been better.
It could have been much better for Rangers. You'll feel like it's a tough one. You would have took 2 each, right? But they should have won, and they could have lost at the same time. Benfica had a lot of chances. Rangers had a lot of decent chances as well. But you look at the 2 goals that Rangers have conceded tonight. One of them, right, I've literally just handed it to them because it's a handball. But I don't think it is. We'll get into it. And then Connor Goldson, what's he doing? Second game in a row in Benfica, well, in Lisbon, against Benfica, he's scored an own goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. Overall, you feel like Benfica were the better side. They created more chances. They probably could have scored more goals. But Rangers scored 2 legit goals and Benfica were basically gifted 2 goals. So therefore, even though Benfica were the better side and created more opportunities, it's like they needed Rangers to gift them 2 goals. Well, gift them 1 goal, and the referee, I guess, gifted them the other one. So, yeah, it's a hard game to judge. I think Benfica was certainly the better side, but, I mean, they didn't score on their own merit. They relied on a penalty that I don't think should have been given and a Connor Goldson own goal. So, is a 2-2 draw a fair result? I mean, probably, but I think Rangers will feel like on another night, they could have avoided both goals.
Absolutely. No away goals anymore, so you can't even factor that in. But going back to Ibrox, I think there's a real good possibility that Rangers will be in the quarterfinals. I would probably put it 60-40 in Rangers' favour right now, which is good for the coefficient. It's good for Rangers, for the quadruple is still on. But yeah, Benfica, a lot of hyper in them when we drew them, but then they lost to Lisbon, then they got pumped by Porto. And it's kind of went off the rails for them a wee bit.
Now, Benfica do have some really good attacking players, but unfortunately they're better at attacking the grass than attacking the goal because they're constantly just diving, throwing themselves to the ground, roll after fucking roll. I mean, like, what are they playing at here? I know that every team has divers and every team has cheats, but I mean, from the very first minute tonight, they were looking for everything. This wasn't like late on in a game when they're desperate and they're trying to con the referee to get a penalty to score a goal. I mean, literally right from the very beginning, they were throwing themselves to the ground.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it in football, man. It's pathetic. I'm glad that, I mean, like you said, every team does have divers, but it's not as bad in Scotland.
Even the big physical players like Otamendi, fucking diving, and it is embarrassing.
The Portuguese and the Spanish teams are the worst for this.
The Italians aren't far behind.
No, they're not. I think the Italians are more like into match fixing rather than actually cheating. So I don't know what's better. I don't know what the French are into. They're just a bit shite, aren't they? And then whatever. But
who cares about Ligue 1? Fuck them, they're watching that shite. They can do whatever they want.
Nah, they can do whatever they want. But let's talk about it. Tom Lawrence scored for Diamonde cross. Pretty poor for Benfica, but for
I will say that I thought both Rangers goals were poorly defended for Benfica.
No, they were.
Second goal, I think, is a bit unlucky for Benfica's standpoint. I mean, it does take it takes a deflection before getting to Sterling, but again, you look at Sterling, he's completely unmarked, and he gets into the right area, so you got to give Sterling credit for anticipating that the ball could potentially
and before I forget about
land in the 6-yard box.
Let's shout out Jack Butland. I thought he was great tonight.
Made some very good saves.
You can't do anything about the 2 goals he's conceded. Penalties, yes, you can always go the right way, but I'm not going to bash you for not saving a penalty. And then the own goal, he can't do anything about it, but I thought he was incredible.
He was. Benfica goalkeeper didn't really have that much to do, but I can't really fault him for either goal.
Yeah.
I mean, he was left stranded.
Well, I would say the game was actually kind of similar to Rangers Motherwell because Benfica's had a lot more shots, but didn't really do particularly an awful lot with them. And that's not me burying Motherwell, by the way. Motherwell definitely deserved to win the game of football. But let's talk about...
Well, I think Benfica looked more threatening tonight than Rangers did against Motherwell.
Yeah, but just like VAR these days, you're not going to get exactly the same game. You can get similar. But let's talk about the penalty, right? Because John...
Well, it's not really similar because Rangers got beaten. They got a draw tonight. So.
Similar-esque performance, alright. Anyway, let's talk about John Souttar.
Was there any red breaking tackles tonight?
No. And that was never a red, guys, right? I've already said it, but Dan Casey, he's an innocent man, brother. Right, but...
He is Irish.
What? Well, maybe I need to retract that. No, but in all seriousness, Ross McCausland, he's back tonight. Not that being injured should have changed it, but it wasn't a red. But I'll tell you what, I never seen red. Because how this is a penalty for Souttar, I don't know. Well, against Souttar. Because... do you not think, once the referee goes to the monitor here, he's almost obliged to give a penalty? Because what he's looking at is the ball hitting Souttar in the arm.
Well, first of all...
even though he's headed it onto his arm. I feel like these only get overturned or not given if the referee ain't sent to the monitor.
Right, well, everyone likes to bash referees in Scotland. I just want to point out that I think lately, especially this season, and more so maybe the last... maybe 3, 4, 5 months... I've noticed a lot more referees going to the monitor and sticking by their original decision. And I respect that, even if the decision's wrong. I think it's good now that referees are looking at the monitor and they're actually just standing by the original decision that they gave. Because when VAR first came out, you knew as soon as they were going to the monitor, that was it. It was over. They were going to change their opinion. They were going to change whatever decision they gave. So, first of all, I want to say, I like the fact now that it doesn't necessarily, see when they go and check the monitor now, it doesn't necessarily mean that the decision's going to go against you or for you.
Yeah, but answer me here, right? Why are they getting him to go over to the monitor when it clearly hits his arm? What they should be telling him is, it clearly hits his arm, but he's headed it onto his own arm, so therefore it's not a penalty.
Well, if that's the case, they don't need to look at it, do they, really? There's no VAR check, really.
No, but what's the rule? We've been led to believe that if you headed it or kick it onto your own arm, right, to like close distance, because obviously you're putting it onto yourself, it's not a penalty. It's happened to Rangers numerous times this season.
There was one angle that they kept showing on the replay that didn't help Souttar's case, because the angle that they kept showing, you couldn't really see that he headed. There was one angle that they showed and you could clearly see that he headed it onto his hand, but the majority of the replays that they were showing was from this other angle where it looked like it just directly hit him in the hand. And then they're showing the referee a still image, and the still image is no good because the referee needs to know how the ball got to his hand. You can't just look at a still image of the ball hitting his hand and go, oh, well, that's a penalty. Because you need to figure out, well, how did the ball get in that position? How did we get to this situation? So the still images are a joke. I know people will post pictures of still images, but still images don't matter. You can make the safest tackle ever look like a bad tackle if you take a still image at the right time.
Yeah.
So see still images, like, they're no good. I know people will take pictures of them and
see if it doesn't hit his arm, right? It goes out for another corner. When in reality, it hits his arm and it sets it right into the danger zone. The danger zone.
You could argue that this, well, probably not argue, like, you could definitely say that this John Souttar handling the ball here actually put Rangers more at risk.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, if he doesn't, then we don't really know where the ball's going, but by handling it, he's actually directed the ball towards the Rangers' goal. I could accept. See if John Souttar's up the other end and he scores.
Yeah.
I could totally accept this goal being disallowed.
Yeah, if that's the rules.
Because you're like, right, well, he has scored it with his hand. But I mean, like I said, it's accidental. It's went from his head onto his hand, and he's actually put his team in danger by doing this. It feels like he's been double penalised.
They did point out that Benfica had 2 previous penalties against Toulouse in the last round. Or Benfica, the Celtic of the Europa League when it comes to penalties. Because obviously Celtic don't represent themselves in Europe post-Christmas, so must be that. But for me, it's not a penalty, because say this was a Benfica defender, I wouldn't have been calling for a penalty, because we're led to believe, like we say, the rule is we head it on your own arm.
Aye, but would the majority of your Rangers fans not be claiming for a penalty?
Probably not, right? But here, I'm my own person, so I'll say how it is. I'll say how I see it. Alright? And that's how I see it.
That's alright.
So let's move in to the goal for Rangers, because it gets whipped across, deflection, as you said.
Move on.
Dujon, what did I say?
Move in, aye.
Well, let's move in. But yeah, Dujon Sterling grabs his first goal for Rangers. He deserves it. He's been great for Rangers this season.
What a player. See, when this guy got signed, I initially people just thought, well...
Back up right back, who's pish.
That's never going to get a game.
Yep. On Football Manager, he's green in every position.
Now, I never, ever imagined that Dujon Sterling would be getting as much game time as he is. I thought, right, if this guy's lucky, he'll maybe play in the League Cup.
That's just
because Tavernier doesn't get injured and he doesn't get suspended. So it's like you just never really seen Sterling getting any game time.
He's played every position,
but he's actually really good.
No, he is.
He's been a revelation for Rangers.
You need people like this in your team that can play anywhere.
It reminds me a wee bit of Bassey.
Yeah, but Bassey can only realistically play left centre back or left back, left wing back. This guy's played on both wings. He's played in centre mid. He's played in the cam, well, a wee bit of a cam role the odd time. He's played at left back. He's played at right back.
Fuck, I'd play him up front over Dessers.
Yeah, let's talk about Dessers actually, because here there's nothing to actually talk about what he did. He was a fucking ghost out there. What did he do? Not that Roof did anything else. He was winning the ball, doing these body roulette spins, and then just giving it straight back.
He'll take the odd good wee touch. He'll hold players off, but then he'll follow up with something really shit, and it just erases all the good that he just done previously.
He didn't miss any chances though.
Didn't really get any chances.
Exactly, that's the difference.
So, but yeah, Rangers with Dessers up front, and then Roof comes on. And I know a lot of people think that Roof's the best player in Scotland. They say he's the best striker in Scotland. I don't see it. I've never seen it. And yeah, for me, Roof's just he's a patient at this point in time of the Rangers' career.
I think if Roof's fully fit, right, he is one of the better players in the league, right? But the problem is, he's never fully fucking fit.
What would Roof be on? Surely Rangers have to be thinking about offloading this guy and getting in a striker with his wages.
No, but let's be honest though, right? Not that we were being unfaithful to you guys before, but how many players is there in the world of football that constantly pick up niggles and injuries, right? And if they were 100% fit every game, they would be 10 times better. I'd pretty much go say look at Jack Wilshere. See if he never get injured.
I would say there's not many players that are always injured though.
I know, but look at Aaron Ramsey. Guy always picked up niggles. No, see Roof, right? It's not like he misses 9 months at a time. He misses 6 weeks, come back for 2, misses 8, comes back for 2, etc, etc. But anyway,
how would tonight have panned out with Lawrence Shankland up front?
Well, see, obviously Shankland's better than Dessers, but I think Dessers is incredible at getting into the position, and he didn't really have any chances tonight. I can't turn around and say that Shankland would have scored 5 tonight, when in other games I can. Because
no, but he might have created his own.
He might have created his own, but yeah, let's talk about Connor Goldson, because he created Rangers' downfall here. 2 each. What was he playing at? I don't know. Right? Doesn't need to do it. Just let it go, son.
There was no one really in danger of getting the ball.
Yep. We talked about 2 own goals in a row. But
I get it. It's probably instinct to always try and get on the ball. You're always trying to clear it. You're always trying to get something on it.
Well,
should someone have given him a shout?
Maybe
is that on Butland?
2 Europa League games he's cost Rangers in a row in the knockout stages. Cost him the goal in the final against Frankfurt. He's cost us again tonight.
I'm trying to think who's behind is that on Tavernier or Butland though to tell Goldson, here, leave it?
No, I don't think it is.
No,
Goldson what's he doing? Obviously there could always be better communication, right? But there could also be a better clearance header for big Connor Goldson, couldn't there?
Well, that is true, aye. I'm not going to deny that.
So yeah, this goes into the back of the net, and I think for the last 25 minutes, the legs were done for Rangers. It looked like a very
the substitutions didn't work. McCausland came on, didn't really do anything.
No, come on, about 5 minutes to go. Come on, you get a break.
Oh well, he just didn't do anything.
After he just got killed at the weekend, by the way.
Roof came on, didn't do anything, chased the ball, but got nowhere. Yeah, Rangers.
Raskin didn't even know. BBC Scotland didn't know he was on.
I mean, the squad depth ain't very good.
No, this team ain't doing. I love Rangers to win the Europa League, of course I would, but I just can't see it. I just think, seeing the last run though, the only thing that cost them was a striker, which I guess you could say they've got the same problem. But I just think Rangers they just don't have the squad. They just don't have the bench.
I think Rangers could be doing with Yanis Hadji.
Yep.
But obviously don't have him out on loan. Anyway, that's it. 2-2. I think 2-2 is a fair result.
Yeah, like I said at the start, I think Rangers could have won. They could have lost, but you still feel a bit hard done by with a draw. But a draw's great, right? Good for the coefficient. because the Czech Republic teams also got beat, both of them. But also, it keeps it alive for Ibrox. Even if Rangers lost like 2-1, it would still be a good result. I expect Rangers to go through.
I think it'll be close.
No, it'll be close, but
I'd say it's like 50-50. It's hard to. I think it's hard to decide right now.
no. But what I seen tonight for Benfica, it's not like some of the other teams Rangers come up against in Europe, and it's like they've had to rip them. Rangers have had to like get lucky. They're not very good at the back. Benfica, they're probably just as bad as Rangers at the back, and I think that suits Rangers.
When is the second leg next week?
Next week, yeah.
Will Rangers have any players back? Cantwell?
Not too. No, Cantwell won't be back. No.
Ooh. Well, that's a good day. Well, I guess we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Rangers draw 2 each with Benfica. Only team left in Europe. Someone's got to fly the flag. It's definitely no Celtic.
The only flag they fly is the fucking Palestine one.
That's a bit.